Bonjour Adams. Today we are going to make a video about light. Light is a type of energy. It is a form of electromagnetic radiation of a wavelength which can be detected by a human eye. It is a small part of the electromagnetic spectrum and radiation given off by stars like the sun. Animals can also see the light. The study of light, known as optics, is an important research area in modern physics. Light is electromagnetic radiation that shows property of both waves and particles. Light exists in tiny energy packets called photons. Each wavelength each wave has a wavelength or frequency. The human eye sees each wavelength as a different color. Rainbows show the entire spectrum of visible light. The separate colors moving in from the edges are usually listed as red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. Other colors can only be seen with special cameras or instruments. Wavelengths. The main property of light are intensity, polarization, phase and orbital angular momentum. In physics, the term light sometimes refers to the electromagnetic radiation of any wavelength, whether visible or not. This The law of reflection is what allows us to see an object reflected in a mirror. In a vacuum, light moves at the speed of light, which is 299,792,458 meters or 186,282 miles per second. This means it takes about 8 minutes for light to reach Earth from the sun. In glass, it travels at about two-thirds as fast. Light moves in a straight line, creating shadows when the path of the light is blocked. More solid things will have a darker shadow. Things that are more clear have a lighter shadow. And transparent things will have none or very little shadow. Lights can pass through transparent things the most easily when light is not in a vacuum. It travels more slowly than its maximum speed of light. The slowest light ever recorded moved at 39 miles per hour. Our eyes react to light. When we see something, we see the light it reflects or the light it emits. For example, a lamp gives off light and everything else in the same room as the lamp reflects the light. Every color of light has a different wavelength. The shorter the wavelength, the more energy the light has. The speed at which light moves does not depend on its energy. Going through partly clear objects can slow down by a very little amount. When light is made up of different colors of light added together, sorry, white light is made up of many different colors of light added together. When white light shines through a prism, it splits up into different colors, becoming a spectrum. The spectrum contains all of the wavelengths of the light we can see. Red light has the longest wavelength and violet or purple light has the shortest. Light with a wavelength shorter than violet is called ultraviolet rays. X-rays and gamma rays are also forms of light with even shorter wavelengths than ultraviolet rays. Light with a wavelength longer than red is called infrared rays. Radio waves are a form of electromagnetic radiation with a wavelength even longer than infrared light. The microwaves that are used to heat food in a microwave oven are also to form a electromagnetic radiation. Our eyes cannot see those kind of energy, but there are some cameras that can see them. The various forms of light Both visible and invisible are electromagnetic spectrum. When light is refracted in raindrops, a rainbow is made. The raindrop acts as a prism and reflects the light until we can see the colors of the spectrum. Light and colors are forms of analog information. However, electronic cameras and computer displays work with digital information. So, electronic cameras or document scanners make a digital version of the color image by separating out the full color image into separate green, blue, and red images. Later, a digital display uses pixels of those three colors. Computer screens use only these three different colors in different brightness levels. The brain combines them to see all of the other colors in their image. People think of objects as having colors. Scientists explain this because the molecules that make up the object absorb certain light waves, leaving the other light waves to bounce off. The human eye sees the wavelength of all of the light that wasn't absorbed, as the combination of those leaves the brain with the impression of a color. We have seen that light, a white light, is made up of everything, every light, every color actually. Therefore, our video has come to end. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and comment on in comment section below about what video we should make next. Thank you. Bye.